Hi, you guys. Welcome. We are back in session doing audits, our most favorite thing to do. I'm Connie, and this is Christy. I always do that because it's always like different on my screen. We are the business strategy gals. We are here to help established business owners, just meaning you already have a product or service. Maybe you have a blog that's already monetized. You've already got money coming in. You just want to make more money. And so we do these free audits to help you be able to see, oh, if I just tweak this or if I just change this, I could absolutely blow up my business. We also have a membership where you get a ton of resources. You get a quarterly plan. You get to ask questions, have us walk alongside you. So that's super helpful, especially when you're working on Facebook ads and email opt ins and all of that. It's just nice to have a pair of eyes on that. And then we also have done for you services. So we are here just to serve you in any way that we can. And what we do in these audits is we're going to look at social media, we're going to look at website and look at ways to make money, email opt-ins, all of that. Okay, so grab a pen, grab a paper, because even if this is not yours, and you can get your freebie, okay, it's in the description, but take some notes. Okay, look at somebody else's website and say, or social media and say, oh, I'm doing the same thing, and then listen to us on what to fix. Okay, so we're going to jump in here, dive on in. So Christy, let's start with her Facebook page, because brand awareness, that's where
All
people
right.
find us.
Sounds good. Yeah. And Connie, like you said, if even if this isn't the niche that you're in, like you can take notes because a lot of the things we're going to talk about is just basic strategy and it's applicable across the board. So I'm going to jump into the Facebook page here. And I'm going to start with these three things that we see right here. So we're going to start with the cover photo, this profile picture, and the page name. And what I am seeing when I come here, number one, you've got to remember that this and this, the profile picture and the page name, are what people are seeing in the news feed. Your followers are seeing that, and then if your followers comment on something, maybe their friends, it's going to pop up in their news feed as well. And they need to know by your profile photo and your page name what your page is about and who you're for. I'm going to tell you right now that these are things that could really be improved. So 5-spot green living, I'm like, I know
What
what green
that?
living is.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's 5-spot? Like, what does that have to do with me? I don't get, like, what is 5-spot? And when it comes to page names, I know that your website is 5-spot green living. If you need to keep that website for some reason and you want to change your page name to be something that people really resonate with or that they understand very easily, that's fine. We have a friend who had a website, one name that kind of didn't really have anything to do with what she was doing. And then she thought, you know what, like I'm going to change my page name to something that like is super clear about what I do. It's about decluttering. It's called Decluttering Club. Okay. Her website is completely different. She blew up that page. All right. And she has an enormously successful business with having a different page name and a different website name. So don't worry about that, but make your page name super clear. The other thing is that profile picture. So most people, 90% or more, are going to be seeing your page on their phone. And we've got a little tiny bird with hearts. I have no idea what a little tiny bird with hearts has to do with 5-spot green living. So make sure that you have something here that is super clear. It could be a photo of you that's happy so that people can kind of understand that it's you going with that you are the owner of the page. It can be a logo. Just make sure it's super clear on mobile and make sure it has something to do with the page. The cover photo here, again, it's a happy woman. I'm assuming it might be you there. But just make sure that you have something that's super clear that people know if they see your page in the newsfeed and they pop over to the page to go, what's this about? That it's very clear in your cover photo what your page is about.
That
Uh,
doesn't scream green living at all.
no. So give me maybe one photo that says green living, 2, 3 photos at max that say green living up here in the cover photo. And that goes for anybody's page. Make sure that cover photo is super clear what your page is about, because if anybody pops over to your page, that's the first thing they're going to see. The next thing we noticed on your page is that you aren't posting very often. And my guess is that you just don't know what to post. Especially, well, it's not my guess. You told us that, right? So um, here's the thing. Facebook posting, social media posting doesn't have to be like this mystery. It's actually not really hard. Here's what I do. I lay it out and I go, okay, like let's just make this super simple. So if I want to post 2 posts a day, which is fantastic to start with, and I want a variety of posts, right? So maybe Monday I do a link and and an inspirational graphic. And the next day I do a question and another graphic. And the next day I do maybe a share and a link to my blog post, something like that. But just map that out, go, okay, Monday's this, Tuesday's this, Wednesday's this, and then just do it. So, and you want to make sure that you're not posting all links to your blog. We find that bloggers tend to like to post links to their blog a lot, but that's going to kill your reach on Facebook. You've got to have a variety of posts. Whoops. Okay, so just quickly going through your posts now. Again, these posts have to make it super clear what your page is about. So we've just got something about few more evenings of summer. We've got something about pets. We've got homemade oatmeal honey soap. Okay, so that seems to go more with like the green living. We've got, I took the kids camping. And we've got baking bread. Again, these are lots of links there. And then we go back to daffodils make me so happy. So your page is not, it's just not real clear. Obviously you have green living in the page title. So I'm assuming I'm going to come here and find green living stuff. I'm not finding green living stuff. The other thing that you really want to do with your page, this is your opportunity to grow your email list. So when Connie told me when we went over to your page, all you've got is a subscribe button. I'm not seeing a freebie at your website. So I'm assuming you don't have one. If you do, we've got to get that on this page. And that should be your pinned post up here. You've got to sell people on that so that when they pop over to your page, they are added to, they want to join your email list. Again, well, not again, but we've said this before in other videos. You want to run an ad to your email list. All right. You want people to join your email list. And those people on the thank you page, you can have something to, like your page as well. So you can kind of kill 2 birds with 1 stone, where you run an ad to your freebie. The thank you page says, follow me on 5 Spot Green Living, or whatever you change your page name to. So you grow your page, you grow your email list, which grows your income if you're emailing them. Right, Connie?
Right. You have to be emailing them. And I would just add on here, you guys, I'm seeing like hashtags after hashtags. What that tells me is that you're sharing from Instagram to Facebook. Yes. And use Creator Studio, due to Facebook, due to Instagram. Right now, hashtags even on Instagram are not bringing results. And these are very, very generic hashtags, even at that. But Facebook is not about hashtags. So just like have somebody really kind of help you with that. So
yes. Yeah. Another thing I just noticed as you were talking, Connie, I'm looking over here and remember I was like, well, what is this page about? I mean, green living, but then I look at the post and it doesn't make sense. And then over here in the about, it's all about you. Your page has got to be about your followers. They're going to want to know more about you, but your about should be about your followers and how you're helping them before it's about you.
Yeah. So if you're doing green living, and we're going to head to your website in just a sec. Yeah. If you're saying green living, like green living tips, because you guys, that's searchable on Facebook. When somebody types in that little search bar up there and says green living, then, or essential oils, because you do have some essential oils, it's going to pop up post, people, photos. So you can see there, like green living tips, green living, like it's popping up all of these, a lot of green living tips, but even just green living with 13,000 people on their page. But you can see here, girl, you're not popping up on here. So I think you got to get some clarity on who you're called to serve, and how you're going to serve them. So, and here's the thing, You guys, you may be looking at this saying, oh, well, I mean, I don't even know how to do that. That's why we do strategy plans.
Mhm.
If that's what you're wanting, like we in the membership or just standalone, we do strategy plans to help you be able to put these pieces together. But figure out like what are you going to give them? What are you
Right.
called? What are you passionate about? Like you've got passionate about, and it drops off. Like okay, what are you going to focus on in this? Because man, here's the thing I want everybody to hear. If you're like, oh crap, Connie, like that's my page. Listen, we have resurrected so many pages. It
Mhm.
literally takes 20 good posts on Facebook to change all of that. It
And
doesn't
20 posts doesn't take long because if we're doing 2, 3 posts a day, you're talking like 7 to 10
take
days.
days.
Right.
When you put those pieces together and get that really great strategy, man, you can have a page just like our gal who's doing decluttering. Like all she did was put post up and pivot. She didn't start a new page. Like we're not telling you go start a new page. We're
Mhm.
saying pivot a little bit and get really strategic on how you're serving them. What are you offering paid? What are you offering as the freebie? Like all of those pieces have to work together like a puzzle piece.
Yes.
So
Yeah. And in the membership, I mean, that's the whole point is like to help them, right? To put all these pieces together because it's so easy as an entrepreneur and a small, starting a business online. You hear like, do email, do your social media, make sure you have a freebie, and then you're like, oh, there's all these
do
things and
five
you don't know,
reels and do
right?
Instagram and do all the things. And you don't need
Yeah.
all of that. You
Yeah.
need to have a strategy of what's gonna draw them in. Um,
Right.
but you've
And that's
got
our
to be
whole purpose
super
is to
clear.
like, yeah, like
Right.
we're going to give you that plan in the membership. Like, this is what you do first. This is what you do next. This is what you do next.
Yeah.
So that eventually you've done all the things eventually, but you've got to start one at a time. And sometimes it's hard to know what to start with and how that affects the other things that are going on, right? Like you just said.
And we're
It's
not in the
all
middle of it. So we can easily
Mhm.
see, like, I can, like, in my head right now tell you, like, what I would do in the first month.
Yes.
Because I think that there are just a few things that would take you literally a couple of hours to be able to get the right people coming in. Because, yes, you have
Absolutely.
6,400 followers. I just, looking at the engagement, like, you really don't have 6,400 followers. Like,
Right.
they're not, you've got five.
You've got one.
Yeah.
You've got none on the posts that are about green living, right?
Yeah.
One, none.
And what we want
Right.
for you is to be able to serve the people that you love, to do what you want, and to be able to just knock that out of the park.
Yes.
So
And that's the thing too. Maybe those 6,400 followers weren't your ideal people. Maybe they were, and you just don't post enough to get Facebook to show your posts in the news feed. So that's something we, cover as well. Like whether you do a strategy plan with us or you do the membership, like we dig into that. Like what's going on? Why do you have 6,400 followers and nobody's liking
always a
anything?
red flag to us when you've got so many people and they're just not
Yes.
engaging. Like it's just,
Right.
but it's a pivot. It's really
Yeah.
fixable. Like that's what we want you to hear. Like
Yes.
we 100% know that we can help you fix this and have the traffic to your
Mhm.
blog that you want, to have
Right.
that ad income go up, to have digital products, to have all the
Mhm.
things. So, yeah.
You want
Okay.
to jump over there? I'll stop
Yeah.
sharing.
Let's jump over there and
Okay.
talk. Let's look at a website. Okay, guys. I pull it up. Okay. So again, as I kind of come over here, like I'm a little bit overwhelmed and a little bit confused. Okay. Because here's what I see. Okay. So as I'm scrolling through here and I went clear to the bottom, you got on media buying food. Okay. But all I see, and maybe you pivoted out of food. Okay, I get it. Recipes are like crazy. But you've got healthy recipes, and all I see is bread recipes. You've got essential oils. And you've only got two of those: natural pest control, natural remedies. So it's kind of like we're throwing spaghetti at the wall here. We've got vacation thriller books. We've got comfort quotes. Like, girl, I'm just gonna tell you, you're all over the place. I think using something like Rank IQ, where you could really, and you've got the Mediavine thing up here, so I can see like even here, like it's a ton of different topics. And if you want a ton of different topics, awesome, I get it. Homemade tea, DIY checklist, low magnesium, like I see all of that. Um, First of all, in your email marketing, you are going to have a couple of different opt-ins, because somebody who loves essential oils may not completely be into green living and doing everything green. Okay, they may not want to know about pest control unless you're talking about essential oils. So you may need a couple of different email opt-ins. um, and I think for you, like, having a great robust email list is going to help you gain blog traffic. Okay. And we have a whole guide on email, because you guys, email is a beast of itself. But it's super easy to do when you have like some guides to do that. But being strategic at what you're sending them, you could probably even do something like an online summit where you're talking about different topics and let them choose the ones that they want to go to. So maybe you add some food in there and some essential oils, like kind of do that mom, and do a summit. But I've had this up for a little while. There's no email pop up. Okay. I'm not seeing like anything that's helping for that. I would also tell you, just from using essential oils and dealing with blog posts on that, be very careful at not doing medical diagnosis, because the FDA will nail you on that. And you don't want to do that. But I would just say, like, girl, I would say we need to get you a little more focused on what you're wanting. But when they come to your website, they need to get onto your email list. Like within 30 seconds, there should be an email popped up.
Yeah, and what's happening is within 30 seconds, we're getting like that little pop-up in the bottom corner that's all ads. So that's super distracting as well. Like, having a video running. And I don't know what it looks like on mobile. I'm assuming we're seeing the
It
same
pops
thing there.
up. I mean, and this
Yeah.
is Mediavine. This is how, she's
Okay.
income off that.
Yeah. We just need the pop-up for the freebie
So
to
an email
come
off
up.
maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I would probably talk to Mediavine and see, like, I think you're missing some traffic here with not having side ads.
Mm-hmm.
Really talk to Mediavine and see, what they can do. But my goal for you would be, one, you need more blog traffic. I looked at SEMrush. I mean, it looked like 5.4 thousand per month is what your blog traffic, according to SEMrush, is. Um, Man, I think you got to write great blog posts. Use Rank IQ to do that. Makes it super easy to rank higher on Google faster. And look to see, like, what are people asking for. But get really specific. Are you going green living? Are you going essential oils? Are you, like, what is it that you're specifically trying? Who are you targeting, and how are you going to
Mm-hmm.
serve them? And
Yeah.
then use that email marketing. Use your affiliate income. Use all of the pieces. And I think you've just got pieces. Like, you've got a puzzle piece here that has a corner piece and a middle piece, but it's missing pieces. Big time
Yes.
in the middle of this. I
Yeah.
also think that if you're going to do some of this green living, video would be really great. Just because you can go in and show how to make a wasp thing, show how to use those essential oils. Like, people want to
Mm-hmm.
see that. And we go over like how many minutes your video should be to get monetized. We do all of that in the membership, because that changes a little bit once in a while. And I literally review videos on the pages I manage. Like, I'm in that data all the time. So that would just be something that I would say, like, really look at. But girl, there's so much potential here. Like,
Yes.
hear our heart. Like, you've got a ton of potential. I just feel like you're a little bit all over. And I think if we can rein that in a little bit, get you some clarity on
Mhm.
what you're going to focus on for the next 6 months, or even just for the next 3 months. And
Yes.
then here's the steps to take. 100% girl, you can knock it out of the ballpark and have more income coming in, have digital products, have a summit, there's so many possibilities. And you guys, like, we throw out this stuff, but really when we do a quarterly plan, we ask you, like, because if you're doing a summit, there's steps to that. Digital products, I think a lot of times are the easiest way to do things because you don't have to rely on other people. But we ask you, and then we kind of build that from that. So, anyway, I hope this was helpful for everyone. Again, tell us in the comments about your business. Spam us. We want you to put links. I put a pinned post there, so we want to know about your business. If you want your own audit, we do have a little bit of a wait list because obviously people really want these. So definitely don't get on the list. Okay.
Yes.
We do give preference to people who don't mind us putting it up on YouTube, just being honest, because if I'm going to do all this work and then I can't share it and help other people be educated,
Exactly.
it has to be in it for us too, because we're giving a lot of time to it. So, anyway,
Yeah.
jump
And we
in.
want to help as many people as we can. And these mini audits help everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you get a shout out in YouTube.
Woohoo.
You never know when somebody's going to look at your business and be like, oh, I like her, and click over, or just click over to go see, like, have you made the changes? And they may get an
Right.
email list. You
Free
never know.
advertising.
It's free advertising. So, anyway, you guys, check out the playlist. We've got other ones there. We have a whole playlist on email marketing. Like, what does that strategy look like? So, make sure that you are looking at that. I dive deep into email marketing so that you can kind of know what to look at, what to do with that. Okay. So, you guys, make sure you check those out and make sure you subscribe for us. Share it in a Facebook group or on social media. That just helps us get the word out. So until the next audit, we will see you guys later on.
Bye.